Christmas has long been a season of warmth, joy, and togetherness, defined by lavish feasts, festive customs, and communal celebrations. Today we explore the historical and cultural dimensions of Christmas, revels, and feasting, tracing their evolution from ancient pagan winter festivals through medieval and early modern Europe to their global adaptations, drawing on historical sources, archaeological evidence, and cross-cultural comparisons. This section illuminates how Christmas traditions reflect a dynamic interplay of religious, social, and seasonal influences, reinforcing the holiday's role as a universal celebration of community and renewal. Christmas feasting traditions have deep roots in pre-Christian winter celebrations. In ancient Rome, Saturnalia, celebrated around December 17th to 23rd, was a time of lavish banquets, gift-giving, and social role reversals, where masters served slaves in a spirit of merrymaking. Honoring Saturn, the god of agriculture, the festival celebrated the return of light after the winter solstice. Homes were adorned with evergreen decorations like laurel and pine, symbolizing life's continuity, while feasts featured pork, wine, and honeyed cakes. In Germanic and Norse traditions, Yule was a midwinter festival marked by feasting on roasted boar, mead, and barley-based dishes. The boar, sacred to the god Freya, was a central offering, its head paraded in ceremonies that later influenced medieval Christmas customs. Yule logs burned to ward off evil spirits and ensure the sun's return also became a precursor to later holiday practices. These pagan festivals, timed to the solstice, provided a framework of feasting and revelry that early Christians adapted to celebrate Christ's birth. In medieval Europe, Christmas became a cornerstone of the Christian calendar, blending pagan and religious elements into a season of communal celebration. Lavish banquets featured the boar's head, a dish rooted in Norse traditions but reinterpreted as a symbol of Christ's triumph over evil. Historical records, such as 14th century English manorial accounts, describe feasts with multiple courses of meat, fish, and spiced wines, accompanied by minstrels and jesters. Feasting served a social function, reinforcing bonds between lords and vassals. In great halls, lords hosted elaborate feasts for tenants and servants, distributing food and ale as acts of charity. Minced pies, with their spiced fruit filling symbolizing the Magi's gifts, emerged as a medieval staple, often coffin-shaped to reflect their origins as savory dishes. Twelfth Night, January 6th, was the climax of the medieval Christmas season, marked by revelry, costumes, and games. A 12th cake concealed a dried bean and pea, crowning finders as king and queen of the festivities. Mumming plays and masquerades, documented in 15th century court records, featured tales of St. George or Robin Hood, blurring social hierarchies and fostering communal unity. The early modern period saw continuity and disruption in Christmas traditions. Protestant reformers, particularly Puritans in 16th century England, criticized Christmas revelry as pagan excess, leading to temporary bans during the Commonwealth period, 1649 to 1660. Popular attachment to feasting ensured survival, with mince pies and plum pudding becoming symbols of festive defiance. The turkey, introduced from the Americas in the 16th century, appeared on English tables by the 1570s, but remained a luxury until the 19th century. Goose and beef, more affordable, dominated until industrialization made turkey farming viable. This shift reflects how global exploration and economic changes shaped Christmas feasting. The Victorian era transformed Christmas into a family-centered holiday, driven by cultural influences like Charles Dickens and Queen Victoria. Dickens' A Christmas Carol, 1843, popularized the bountiful Christmas table, with the Cratchit family's goose symbolizing hope. The royal family's adoption of the Christmas tree, introduced by Prince Albert from German traditions, elevated evergreens casket symbols. The flaming Christmas pudding with suet spices and brandy became a theatrical highlight. Cookbooks, like Mrs. Beeton's Book of Household Management in 1861, standardized recipes, making them accessible to the middle class. As British colonialism spread, Christmas traditions reached the Americas, Australia, and beyond. In colonial America, Puritan influence initially subdued celebrations, but by the 19th century, Anglo-American families embraced mince pies and caroling. In Australia, settlers adapted traditions to a summer climate, serving cold meats and plum pudding alongside picnics. Christmas feasting shares parallels with global winter festivals. In Japan, eating KFC on Christmas, popularized in the 1970s, reflects a secular adaptation of Western feasting. In Mexico, the Nochebuena feast on Christmas Eve features tamales and bacalao, rooted in indigenous and Spanish traditions. Today, Christmas revels are an established genre of concert performance, celebrating the winter season with music, dance, and storytelling from diverse cultures and historical periods. The spirit of shared joy endures in forms ranging from candlelit dinners to community festivals, with feasting and celebration as universal expressions of hope and renewal. This expansion traces the evolution of Christmas revels and feasting from pagan Saturnalia and Yule through medieval banquets, Reformation challenges, and Victorian reinvention to global adaptations. Historical sources, including medieval accounts and Victorian cookbooks, alongside cross-cultural comparisons, reveal how these traditions reflect social, religious, and economic shifts. From the boar's head to the Christmas turkey, from Twelfth Night mumming to modern multicultural feasts, Christmas remains a dynamic celebration of community, continuity, and the enduring human need to find light in winter's darkness. Many thanks for treading this Yuletide path. If it's Christmas chill gripped you, like, follow, subscribe, and comment below.